Good morning, Slop Nation, and welcome to Slop Chop. This is a new podcast hosted by myself, Harvey Mulvihill. It's about the happenings of the internet, and it is your one-stop shop for slop. Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, the non-binaries. Are you guys still out there? You guys still kicking? I don't hear about non-binary much anymore. It's a pleasure to be here. Truly, I'm blessed and honored to be your slop captain. Back in the saddle. I'm back, man. This is my first podcast recording in 5 weeks. I dropped an episode last week of myself. If you don't want to hear about this fucking behind the scenes stuff, by the way, we have plenty of slopics to discuss this week. As a matter of fact, more than normal because I've been out for so long. And if you'd like to hear about those slopics, you can skip ahead using the time codes in the description. But I'm going to wax poetic about my situation for a little while. So if you're interested in hearing about me, the host of this podcast that you're listening to right now, then stick around. But if you don't give a fuck, then skip. And I won't blame you for skipping. I had jaw surgery 4 weeks ago. Twint swimmingly, and I've everything went well. But you can't talk too good. I still have an expander in the roof of my mouth. And I'm slurring all my S's and my face is puffy. So if you're watching the video, you can see my fucking bizarre looking face. A lot of people like to tell me that you can't tell that there's swelling in my face, which is actually the opposite of what I want to hear. People say that, oh no, I couldn't even tell. You look great. That they're saying that because they're hoping to appease my insecurity, when in fact they are doubling. They're making it worse, dude. Because if this is what my face looks like for the rest of my life, I'm gonna kill myself. But they're like, no, you just you got surgery. I couldn't tell. You look the same. You know, so it's just tough to hear, I guess. But maybe I should need to let go of a little bit of self-preservation ego and learn to live with this new face of mine. Maybe this is the light at the end of the tunnel. I've been putting off the surgery for a long fucking time, dude. Since I was a kid. When everyone else got braces, I did end up getting braces for a year, but it was only on the top because they were like, I think the best move is to straighten out his top teeth because he needs jaw surgery. And if you straighten both sets of teeth, your jaw problem will get worse before it gets better. Because your shitty, unstraightened teeth have kind of filled in the gaps of your shitty, unstraight jaw. And again, if you straighten them out, suddenly your jaw problem will rear its ugly head in a major way. Which is exactly what happened when I ended up getting braces as an adult. At the ripe old age of 27, I said, let's get some fucking metal in my mouth. And I've been adult braces guy for like almost 5 years, bro. And I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. I have a buddy who's also adult braces guy who actually got this surgery a couple months before I did from the same surgeon that we both had. And he said, you're going to want to get your fucking braces off immediately after the surgery. I highly encourage you to not do that and like wait until your teeth are actually where you want them to be, because after this, they ain't moving anymore. So fucking get them right, get your teeth right, and then get the braces off. So that's the move. I got another like 6 months of the braces, another 2 weeks on the liquid diet and the expander in the roof of my fucking mouth. I'm typically wearing rubber bands on my braces, but I took them off for your benefit. What else can I tell you? The surgery was interesting. The only real surgery I've had, the other surgery, if you could call it that, was just getting 8 teeth pulled at the beginning of this whole orthodontic operation. I got 4 wisdom teeth pulled plus 4 in the front because there was crowding. You know, there was like holes in my teeth for months, like a year. And my mom was so pissed. We shouldn't have let them pull your fucking teeth. We shouldn't have let them do that. You look fine. But it turns out my, well-paid 12 years of medical school orthodontic oral surgeon, that dude knew what he was doing, and the teeth ended up filling in the gaps, surprisingly, shockingly. So yeah, you get put under. I actually remember the moment right before the anesthesiologist comes in and he shoots your ass with the stuff, and he goes, "All right, man, it's night time," and I was like, "Good luck, guys." And then I fucking I've been watching The Pit. It was exactly like The Pit. It was like fucking 8 different doctors all around preparing. I didn't get to see the tools that they were using, but they literally saw your shit off. They saw your shit clean off, and they put it where it's supposed to go, and they nail it back to where it should be. God made a mistake, and these lovely gentlemen are fixing the mistake that my creator made. He makes a lot of mistakes, that fucking guy. You notice that? A lot of human intervention needed in God's plan. Oddly enough, you wouldn't expect that to be the case, but that does tend to be the case more often than not. Yeah, you just got shitty genetics. You just got shitty genetics, and we got to get in there and change it, and it's going to cost you $125,000. Oh, you have insurance? Okay, it's only going to cost you $18,000. Yeah, I am in the hole for 6 figures. No, it's not true. 5 figures. My God, 6 figures. No. 5 figures worth of money that my parents and I are splitting down the middle, and I'm on a payment plan with them to pay it back. But anyway, that's me. That's my jaw, and I couldn't do the pod for a long time because I couldn't fucking talk. And I have such good friends, such wonderful friends in my life that volunteered or were voluntold. I asked to guest host the podcast while I was gone because I didn't want to break in the timeline, dude. I still have not missed a weekly upload since starting this puppy, and that will not change in the near future, at least today. So anyway, that's enough. It's enough surgery talk. I've missed so much slop in the last several weeks. What do you do when you're recovering from surgery? If you're me, and you are me, then you watch a bunch of movies, which I've done. I'll discuss some of the good ones. Actually, my first outing out of the house, the first time I stepped foot out of the house was to go see Obsession. And it rips. It's fucking awesome. We can get into that briefly, I suppose. Obsession and Backrooms are the 2 horror movies that are in theaters right now. And they are they're obliterating the box office, and it's very exciting for a couple of reasons. Star Wars, if you're familiar with Star Wars, you might know that there's a new Star Wars movie in theaters also right now. It's called The Mandalorian versus Groglet, and it's a big pile of shit, apparently. Actually, I haven't heard that it's bad. I've heard that it's like a nothing movie where nothing happens, and it's impossible to spoil because there's no major plot developments of any kind. But anyway, this is like your typical corporate greed, out of touch slop that is pushed in front of consumers, and they are expected to eat it with a smile on their face. But consumers recently, these past couple of weeks at the box office, have said no thank you. I will not be going to see The Mandalorian versus Groglet. I will instead go see this indie horror movie called Obsession that costs $750,000, less than $1 million, and it's on track to clear like 250 million, making it one of the most successful movies percentage-wise of all time. I don't know the math, nor do I care to Google it off the top of my head. However, I will put it in the episode right there. Oh, it's in the video. Another, by the way, I finally caved and got on the Spotify creator program. So, video day 1 on Spotify now. That's exciting. You can just, you don't have to go video lists if you're a Spotify goon. So shouts out to that. Star Wars opens to mediocre reviews and middling box office. It's not a disastrous opening weekend, but it's like, eh. That would be Obsession's second week when Star Wars opens, right? Obsession in its second week increases 30% in revenue from the previous week, which is extremely rare. Typically, not typically, always, 99% of the time, no matter how great your movie is, your movie will decrease in revenue week over week because people go see it and then they don't need to see it again, right? It is extraordinarily rare for a movie to increase in revenue the second week that it's in theaters. It's extremely rare. Again, no matter how good your movie is, it does not happen. Cut to 1 week later, Star Wars is in its second week, and Obsession is in its third week at the box office. Almost a month. Obsession increases in revenue again, which simply does not happen. The third week increase, it went up like another 20 to 30%. It's utterly unheard of. Does not happen. I saw my beloved Dan Murrell. He's like a box office junkie. He went back and was like, the only other real movies that do this are Christmas movies. If they open like the week before or 2 weeks before Christmas, they'll get a bump up. But that's non-Christmas movies. I can count in the entire history of the box office three others movies that have ever done this for the third week increase. This is one of 4 movies ever in the history of time to increase in their third week. That's not a Christmas movie, with the caveat that like minus Christmas movies. Insane, fucking crazy. Not only that, but Obsession in its third week takes number 1 at the fucking box office over Star Wars domestically. It beat fucking Star Wars, bro. This horror movie, this R-rated ass horror movie that was made for less than $1 million, overtook Star Wars. I'm like, is there no like better sign of the changing of the guard or like a shift in the culture that people don't want this shit anymore? Like the lowest common denominator, out of touch, corporate slop. They want like highly produced, impressively made, buzzy, exciting movies that people actually like. Is it possible this is a fluke? Yes, that's also possible. But it's, it seems like any way you slice it, it's an extremely exciting time to be a movie fan. And it's fucking so cool. I'm so excited for the success of this movie. The movie's great. It's fucking great. You've heard about it at this point. If you haven't seen it yourself, go fucking see it. It's like it's even for non-horror people, I think would get a kick out of it. It's obviously made for horror movie people. It's an excellent horror movie. But it's not, I could see my parents enjoying it for real. It's really, really impressive and exciting. And it's a complete word of mouth success story. It was made for under $1 million and it's going to make 250. Oh yeah, I probably don't even need to do the math. It's just 250 times its budget, right? Yeah. Still, it's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. Let me get a 250% increase on my investment, please. Let me get a stockbroker that can go 250x. Yeah. So, Obsession is at number 1 at the box office, sitting pretty, and it is dethroned by another horror movie, Backrooms, directed by a 20-year-old, Kane Parsons. Another YouTuber. Neglected to mention that Curry Barker is a YouTuber. He's got a great channel. I was moderately familiar with him. I would never can't call myself a fan of him before this movie. I'm absolutely a fan of him now. But I was, I'd seen his stuff pop up on the feed once or twice before, right? He's got a great sense of humor. He's very Tim Robinson coded his humor. And he's made some horror shorts. He made one, like, I guess you could call it a feature. It's like 60 minutes long. But he's made some horror projects in the past. This is just his first theatrically released feature film. It's a fucking banger. The kid's 26 years old. and I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Looking forward to his next thing. His next movie, by the way, that he's already shot. I think he's already shot it. It's like it's being edited right now. It's a post production. Is about these like ghost hunting scammers who encounter a real ghost. Hilarious concept. I think Aaron Paul is in it. The Red Letter Media guys actually had that exact idea. They said that shit in half in the bag like years ago. Wouldn't it be funny if we had like Zach Baggins and his crew of fucking con artists, allegedly, go into a haunted mansion and have it actually be haunted and like throw a real ghost at these guys? That's a great concept. I'm sure that there's like, it's like comedy adjacent, real horror elements, but funny most of the time. Can't wait for that. Yeah, the dude's got a bright fucking future ahead of him. But enough about this 26-year-old dude, this washed up, old ass 26-year-old director. We got a motherfucking 20-year-old who made this, made Backrooms when he was 18, 19. So Backrooms comes out, I think 3 weeks after Obsession does, and opens at number one. Not only does it open at number one, it opens to $100 million. It is A24's biggest opening by far. In 1 week, it makes more money than Hereditary. In 1 week, it makes more money than fucking The Witch, like Uncut Gems, all their Everything Everywhere All at Once, that like huge success story. In a week, it makes more than money than anything else that they've ever done. It is easily their number one movie ever. And it's good. It's impressive. It was, again, directed by a 20-year-old. If you don't know the backstory, what is the backstory of Backrooms? Or Backdoors, as my closeted homosexual friend calls it. Backdoors started as a 4chan creepypasta, where just like an eerie photo from, it turns out to be like a VCR repair shop in Wisconsin. Eerie yellow photo, just kind of like oddly familiar. Liminal is the term that might have been birthed from this phenomenon, but just creepy and open and like, again, kind of like halfway familiar, but off. That's the vibe. And this guy Kane Parsons, or Kane Pixels on YouTube, makes this series about the Backrooms and their horror shorts, where it's like he makes them in Blender as a fucking 16-year-old, then they get close to 100 million views a piece. They blow the fuck up, which catches the attention of A24, and they offer this, again, 18-year-old kid the reins to direct this movie. Again, unheard of. You'd think as an A24, you'd be like, all right, kid, we love your shit. This is very impressive. How about you co-write with 5 other people a script for a real director to do? But they take a chance on the kid. They take a chance. They give him fucking $10 million. They have like legit horror directors that are on the production team. They're producing the film, so I'm certain that that they were helping him when he had questions about how to direct. Like James Wan is standing there to be of assistance, which is great. There was actually, I think, just like a jealous mob, presumably a jealous mob of Hollywood insiders that created this story that Kane Parsons was like, that the whole movie was ghost directed, which is not a thing. Ghost directing is not a thing. I'm certain that there were producers, again, that probably called some of the shots, because again, it is a $10 million legitimate Hollywood production with tons and tons of crew and cast, and the show's being run by a very, very young, inexperienced fellow. But he fucking directed this thing, dude. You can tell. You can tell because it's very different. It's fucking different. When I first heard about this, I was like, A24 with this? Really? It seems like kind of above their caliber. But they let the kid have a vision, and it's different. It's very, A24, if they're known for anything, it's like atypical horror movies. People call them elevated, which is super cringe, but atypical, I think, is fair. And the atypical version of the Backrooms movie is like super, super long shots of just the rooms. And like just walking next to a character or behind a character and having them explore the place. And, not a whole lot of plotting, action happening. And then also you have like the Backrooms were born with found footage style, shaky cam VHS style. So you have long sections of the movie where a character will pick up a VHS camcorder, and then you'll have 15 unbroken minutes of VHS, like in the middle of your 4K normal looking movie, which is, again, atypical. Different. So it makes sense that A24 stamped their fucking name on this thing, or produce this movie. And it's cool, man. People love it. Zoomers are coming out in droves to come see these two films. They're the talk of the town. People are going to the goddamn theater again. And it's just exciting to see, dude. I'm stoked for it. I'm so happy that this Star Wars movie is failing. People are like, you shouldn't prey on a movie's downfall, dude, because like, fuck. Hold on. We are Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry, I had to go get my mashed potatoes and mac and cheese out of the goddamn oven. And let me tell you, I've eaten so much mashed potatoes and mac and cheese in these past several weeks. One of the few things that I can consume without having to blend it. I'm so tired of blending everything that I fucking eat. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. People always tell you not to pray for movies' downfall. I don't know if people always say that. I have heard that as a take because, like, every movie that does well is good news for the health of the box office and movies in general, which is a fair take, I suppose. However, if given the opportunity to see movies all the time, but they're always like The Mandalorian, I just won't go see movies anymore, right? But if there's enough outcry, or like if people are voting with their dollars and not going to see Slop like The Mandalorian, then maybe we got a fighting chance in this new golden age. I don't know if it's golden. This new age of Hollywood, brother. It's possible there's a new age coming. It's maybe these Zoomers have something to say, and we're like, and they will come out and support each other. If the movie's interesting and it gets a good buzz, catches a viral trend or two, then people want to be part of the conversation, man. And you get cultural moments like Backrooms and fucking Obsession. This is a cultural moment, straight up. This is like the reason that I started this goddamn podcast, was to discuss things like this, man. It's cool to see movies, a couple a year. Every year, there's a handful of movies still that capture the cultural consciousness. And this year, so far, it's been Obsession and Backrooms. So stoked for both these young up and comers, man. A little jealous, but also just happy. Jealousy is like a normal ass emotion to have, and it comes from a deep respect of the person. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it's a normal ass emotion. And I want what they have because what they have is cool, And so what they have is cool, and I'm stoked for them. And I'm gay, and I take it up the ass for free. That big guy. That big guy. I love a couple of these are old because it's the first time I've recorded in several weeks, but that big guy. Shouts out to that fucking kid. Have you guys seen the new trend in the hood? These Kool-Aid, radioactive red or blue, sugary ass pineapples. I think they're pineapples. So the idea is you take like a bucket of pineapples and you dump a bunch of more sugar because like lest we forget, the pineapples are already coming in like syrup. It's not water that they're in. It's syrup. So you're adding more sugar to the already sugary mixture. And then like I've seen people put like Nerds whipped cream and shit on these fucking things. I don't know how this trend gets started. I have no idea who starts doing this. It does reek of like a psyop. I saw a tweet that was like, you know, in the 80s we were pushing crack on the black communities, now we're pushing diabetes. Maybe that's it. The black community, by the way, needs no help with the diabetes. Like they've got that taken care of. But who's doing this? Why is this a thing? So it starts in the hood, and like you have people literally selling these things out of the back of their trunk. They pull up in like the fucking town car with the 20-inch rims, and they open the trunk and they're selling these sugary ass pineapples to unsuspecting folk or suspecting folk. They're meeting up like a drug deal for these fucking pineapples. It's the strangest thing. I've never seen anything like it. Every cultural trend starts in the black community and then trickles its way out to the whites. And so you have this white ass kid who's, 11 probably. And he goes, he wants himself a pineapple. And I'll just play the video here.
Yeah, that bit tough. That big guy.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, buddy. Yes, sir.
That big guy. That big guy. Oh, that bit I was gonna ask if you think he gets made fun of by his black friends, but this guy doesn't have any black friends. This guy has 0 black people in his life. He just thinks it's cool, and he's appropriating black culture. Even the dumbest of things in the black community will be appropriated by young whites. And this is just a proof of that eventuality. Even the dumb shit that black people do, white people will eventually try to harp off of, to culture vulture in, and grab a little bit of a street cred from our beloved black community. Even the insane dumb shit like this will be copied. That big guy. Oh shit, boy, that bit tough. That bit tough. So our white friend here is saying that bitch is gas. He starts by saying that bitch tough.
Yeah, that bit tough.
That bit tough. He's so fucking cool, this kid, man. I want him on the pod. I want him on the pod so bad. Shit, boy, what's good, boy? What's good, boy? Welcome to Slop Child, boy. There is a lot of, like, there's an element of, I remember, a couple years ago, everyone was getting on the Valley Girls for the vocal fry. There's a lot of vocal fry. There's a lot of vocal fry in these white kids pretending to be black, man. There's a lot of it. I, for one, am a huge fan. I don't know if it's sexist of me to think this, but I think it's hilarious when 11-year-old white kids do this shit. And I think it's cringe when women do it. It's the same vocal inflection. For dudes, it's funny. For women, it's cringe. I don't know what to tell you. It's possible that I'm a horrible sexist. That bit tough. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. That bit tough. Give me a motherfucking pineapple, boy. Got that blue Kool-Aid. Oh, you got the red Kool-Aid, bro. That shit tough. It is. Oh, by the way, I'm using. You might have noticed if you're following the socials a dramatic increase in output recently. I'm working on figuring out what level of output works or feels good, but I have this software that's shitting out clips, and it also does the captioning by itself. And I'm curious what it's going to do. I'm curious how it's going to caption these impressions of mine. So anyway, shouts out to this kid. I'm excited to have him on the podcast next week. It is funny, like the white kid goes semi-viral on Twitter and TikTok, and then I mean, it was like he's being interviewed by some like on the street person finds this kid to interview him. He's literally still wearing the same outfit from the original video.
All right, man. As y'all know, we done did like 11 million views on that big Gab video. And today we came to pull up on the creator of that. We're gonna ask him some questions, you know what I mean? First question I wanna know, was it really tough in Gab?
Yeah, it was most definitely tough.
Okay, for sure.
It's like either the kid doesn't have any other clothes, or this guy found him the same day as the video was taken. Video gets taken, posted. It gets enough people to look upon it that some fucking vulture swoops in and gets an interview with this kid the same day. I mean, that's incredible. It's great journalism is what it is. So to this kid, I say that bitch is tough. That bitch is gas. So it's funny because I think I'm also just jealous of the kid because it is, I do everything I can when I'm talking to black people to not code switch. I have to dramatically hold back the code switching, not because that's what I naturally want to do. When I'm talking to black people and they have the, oh God, AAVE, is that fair? Oh God. That's a white ass name for a black phenomenon. AAVE. But anyway, when I'm talking to my brothers and sisters of a different ilk, I do try desperately not to code switch and put the accent on, because it's cringe, right? And the problem with it being cringe is that it's really, really fun to do. And so I do it by myself constantly. And as a joke, I'll do it with my friends pretty frequently too. I do it on the podcast pretty frequently. And it's all in good fun. But this kid is just unadulterated. He's completely unbothered by the idea that this might be perceived negatively, which is admirable, you know? I'm blown away at this kid, and I need him on the podcast. I gotta have him on the fucking pod. Okay, I want to give an update to a previous Slopic. This is like a month ago at this point. I was talking about Oz the Mentalist. Oz the Mentalist was on stage with Trump when the most recent assassination attempt took place, and he was going to perform some of his witchcraft for the president. Well, it turns out it's not witchcraft at all, nor is it actually real, quote unquote, real mentalism. As a matter of fact, mentalism is not a thing. It's not possible to read someone's face and like figure out what they're thinking. It's not a real thing. And the truth of the thing is that he's just doing magic tricks the whole time. And he's tricking you into thinking that he is a master of the human brain, and that he can read your face again. Like if you look up to the left, that means that you're thinking of an A, and if you look down to the right, that's like a Q. That's all bullshit. It's actually just magic tricks, which is unfortunate. There's a 5-hour YouTube documentary that was released a couple weeks ago from like a no-name YouTuber some guy that had never uploaded. It was the first video on his channel. Was this guy, and it's a 5-hour takedown of Oz the Mentalist. It's a takedown is inaccurate because it's just an explanation of what he does. Because the video is entitled like meta deception and the prevailing narrative. I don't know, some fucking mouthful, but meta deception is a key word there, because he makes a comparison of like, if you say you have a magic trick, right? If the point of the magic trick is just to amaze people, and maybe the magician makes a couple bucks or whatever, but the person is in fact amazed and they both move on with their lives happy, there's no harm in that. However, if the quote unquote magic trick is predatory and it's used to like convince someone they're talking to their dead relative, for example, right? Then it's a problem. And Oz the Mentalist falls somewhere in between these two extremes, where he's like, yes, no one's getting hurt, but he is like lying in a way that's scummy. And like, you expect magicians to lie, but his whole thing is like, I'm not doing magic. I can just read your face and your thoughts, which is in fact bullshit. So very interesting documentary, and like he doesn't really draw a conclusion here. He mostly is just like, here's the facts. Here's what he's actually doing. I will leave it up to you to make that determination. And also, what he keeps emphasizing, which is very true, is that despite these not being real, despite mentalism not being a real thing, Oz, excuse me, I keep calling him Oz for 15 minutes. Oz, the great and powerful, is a legitimately fantastic magician with incredible stage presence, and he is like juggling several different tricks in his head at the same time. The setup is very impressive, and he also like sometimes he'll get thrown curveballs because he does all this stuff live on podcasts, like with real people. He was about to do this shit live with Donald J. Trump and like in front of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Doing this live and making it all look legit and real is extremely impressive. So he's like singing his praises along with telling you how he's doing this stuff, which I think is a totally great way to go about it, because it is super impressive. It's not like he's not tearing him down and saying that he sucks. He's just explaining what he's actually doing and saying like, hey, you are lying though. Like you are lying. A lot of his techniques are based around pieces of tech. Like he'll have the chalk on the board, that it's like a smart board that tells him what's written there. He uses just fake playing cards all the time that just say that the like on the outside of the card, written really small in the calligraphy of the thing, it'll just tell you what card it is so you can read it from the back. He does stuff like that. That's just like your typical magic trick. But the way he presents it is really incredible. And then he also like goes back into like Oz just started as a magician and wasn't doing very well, and then he found this angle and practiced it for a decade, and then he blew the fuck up. So it's impressive and an interesting video, and you should check it out. Meta deception. And again, is that bad actually? I don't know. I was really truly blown away and amazed. And now I'm less so. Now I can't look at the guy the same. It's one of those deals. By the way, I forgot to tell you guys this, but I have a pretty substantial Lego Star Wars collection. I've got, it's like probably close to $200,000 worth of Legos. And I'm getting tired of them taking up space in my house. And so I've thought long and hard about this. And I think I'm going to set up some sort of a system with a company where like I still own the Legos, but they get to sell them for me. And then we split the profits 50-50 or something like that. some sort of consignment deal with this Lego company, you know. I think this would be in my best interest. I think that this couldn't possibly go bad and wouldn't lead to, I don't know, a year and a half long, drawn out, insane legal battle. And one of the craziest stories that I've ever heard. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not me in the story, actually. It's me. I was just doing a little riff there. I have no Legos at all. Do yourself a favor and go onto youtube.com and search bricks and minifigs or just Lego scandal. Just do that. It is the slop of the month. I'm bricks and minifigged out right now. I don't want to talk about it on the goddamn podcast. So, but just do yourself. Yeah, go look it up yourself. Fucking, you do it. That's gonna be my new thing on the podcast when I don't want to talk about something, but I know that people want me, are expecting to hear about it. I'm just going, you fucking do it. You go. I don't know. It is a great story. It's been in my brain so much recently that I'm out of it. I can't bring myself to fucking care. The shit is crazy. Don't get me wrong. The shit is crazy. It's insane. It is like a complete corruption. I told my dad the Cliff Notes version of the story yesterday in the car, and maybe I should just give you the Cliff Notes. Fuck. Cliff Notes are this. Old man, 83-year-old, has close to $200,000 worth of Legos, one of the biggest Lego collections on the planet. He signs a deal with a lady at a store called Bricks and Minifigs to a consignment deal, meaning that he retains ownership. She sells the stuff on his behalf, and then when they do sell, they split the profits somehow. Again, they're still his, so he signs a contract with this woman. Woman, a week later, gets fired for an unrelated reason. Woman is being escorted out by security when, like, on the security camera footage, you see her exclaim, "What are we gonna do with this guy's collection? I have this big ass collection that we haven't paid for." It's his stuff, and the guy's like, yeah, we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. Store then, under new management, ghosts old guy, keeps the collection, never pays for it, and starts selling it. So old guy's son is like, what the fuck? Just becomes totally infuriated by this, understandably, causes an uproar on Twitter and YouTube, catches the attention of this YouTuber called Reckless Ben. Reckless Ben, who becomes totally, like, involved in this case and, like, kind of inserts himself into the middle of this deal. The goal always is to get the Legos back or get paid for them, compensated for them. And they have a legally binding agreement that should make this easy to take care of. But at every turn, there's like more corruption, more insane backstabbing. It turns out the company is like owned by Mormons in Utah, and the Utah State Police are all Mormons as well, and they've got the back of these guys. It's fucking crazy. It gets crazier and crazier. Anyway, you should look it up. It's fucking crazy. I was telling this to my dad, and like I got through most of it, and he goes, "Wait a minute. This is all over $200,000. This is a company with multiple locations, like a nationally known and recognized company that is now facing extraordinary backlash, having people pull out, like having their contractors and partners pull out left and right. Over 200K? Like, what are we doing? If it was 20 million, I could see that. Like, what? Fucking pay the man. Yeah, it makes sense. Fucking, it's wild, and they're dug too deep now. And I mean, truly, they are fucked, and no one will ever work with them for the rest of time. Pretty wild shit. I do think also there's an element of this not sounding like a real story because it's Legos, you know? It's fucking Legos. Like, who gives a shit? But it's the principle. Yeah, fucking people over, dude. It's like just totally wrong. All right, we're gonna do something a little different here. This is from a month ago. Again, I'm late to the party because I had jaw surgery, but I was interested in this story when it started or when it happened, and I'm interested still. And I'm gonna talk about it because I think it's funny. James Charles and the recent Spirit Airlines closure gets a DM from one of his fans or someone that is familiar with him asking for money, right? And this is the video response that he put out. So we're going to watch it together, and maybe I'll add some colored commentary while we do so. Doesn't that sound fun? Here we go.
I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's a GoFundMe link. Any donations help." I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities, you could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled. And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing. And you think that I'm going to send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God. Welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every fucking day. And you're white, pretty, and able-bodied. You're in a much better position than a lot of other people out here who are trying clearly much harder to make a better life for themselves. Why would I fucking help you? Aside from that, 17,000 people lost their jobs at Spirit Airlines. Why do you think you need the GoFundMe?
Okay, this is an unpopular opinion, but I totally agree with this. I wholeheartedly agree with this take. I think it's so fucking funny. It is an absolute PR disaster to post this. I'm shocked that he doesn't have, after the number of controversies that this man has had, it is unreal to me that he doesn't have people on his team telling him to not fucking post this. Like, he doesn't have one, he should hire a lady, probably a lady, or a young boy. A young boy in his case would work better for him. Hire someone to just like send ideas. All right, I think I'm gonna post this. Do you think this would play well? Do you think this like would be good? Do you think this is gonna make me lose another 1 million subscribers or whatever for the third time in a row? It's so fucking funny that he still is posting stuff like this. And also, I should mention, it's no good to be texting underage dudes. No good, for the record. But with all that said, I totally agree with this take. I totally agree with this. It is so fucking funny to be like, I lost my job, therefore I should DM 15 celebrities to ask for help. Here's a GoFundMe. Like, why would we GoFund you, lady? Who gives a fuck about you? Like, GoFundMe is for cancer survivors and people, old men who, what was the most recent thing? That old man who could barely walk, who was out there lugging luggage in the tarmac. That's what GoFundMes are for. Or when a kid dies. You just lost your job, dude. It happens every day. It happens all the time. Go get another job. To his point, you are white, pretty, and able-bodied. I love the fact that she didn't even follow him. He just is famous, so she was like, help me. So funny. So yeah, I think this is an absolutely based take. It's completely correct. Morally correct. James Charles take. And perhaps the packaging is a little rough around the edges. Maybe he could have chosen his words more carefully instead of going, and doing the fucking Joker laugh. Let's
Sure they do. Again. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities, you could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're...
See, that's crazy. Lazy piece of shit is crazy. Let's cut that, dude. Cut that out of the video. You can have this message, and I think the anger is good, by the way. The anger is good. Being like really, really salty about this, clearly the passion is there. But just a little bit of editing. There's like one cut in this whole fucking video. How about a couple more cuts? Again, send it to your lady or twink or whatever, whoever you want to tell you. Because again, I think the message is good. The message needs to be heard. This is I'm curious if the girl responded to this, because by the way, I am the only person with the that is pro James Charles in this debate. There's literally not been a single other person. So these cowards are not down to support our boy here. I don't know if he's our boy. I don't claim this guy. I don't claim him. He's questionable for sure. But this is a very funny.
Entitled, and you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing. And you think that I'm going to send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God. Welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every fucking day, and you're white, pretty, and able-bodied. You're in a much better position than a lot of other people out here who are trying clearly much harder to make a better life for themselves. Why would I fucking help you? Aside from that, 17,000 people lost their jobs at Spirit Airlines. Why do you think you need to go fund me?
That's so true. That's so true. 17,000 other people all lost their jobs on the same day. Why? Who are you? The fuck are you? It's so true. That's so true.
Hey, I can at least like 1% respect the mentality of closed mouths don't get fed, doesn't hurt to try. But honestly, it does hurt to try because now you pissed me off. Okay, I'm not the one. Go find fucking Mr. Reese. This is literally his entire shtick. I'm sure the next YouTube video is literally gonna be like, I rehired all 17,000 of the Spirit Airlines employees, and it's gonna be the real life Hunger Games. The last one of them to leave the Spirit Airlines plane gets to be the CEO of the new company and gets a house and a car and $10 million that everybody else
All right.
dies.
We don't need the bit. Cut the bit. You're not a comedian, dude. I was so on your side. This is like tired, this Mr. Beast thing.
Like, go find that video to compete in, baby. I'm not helping you. I'm not fucking helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. I can at least understand if you were like, James, I'm a longtime fan. Here's a trillion years of DMs and my support for you. I love you. I'm suffering with a really rare genetic disease that there is no cure for, and I'm trying to raise money for myself and other people that have this. Maybe I would help. Maybe I would help because I love you and I appreciate you. This bitch, you lost your fucking job? What are we gonna do? Nothing! I'm gonna do nothing. You know what you need to do? Go find a fucking new one, girl. Put some effort into the workplace.
Based. So funny. So goddamn funny. Yeah. So let's just take a gander at these Reddit comments, shall we? Let's see if they're all on our side of thinking this is hilarious and true. Again, cut the Mr. Beast bit and maybe a little bit of the Joker laughing. Cut a look. Well, it's fun for me. Obviously, I'm into it, but for your public image or whatever, maybe cut that stuff. The bit for me, cut, because that's no good. That's just it's no good. He is pure evil. The laugh. Okay, the laugh. See the laugh. We can cut that. We can cut that. The laugh is just pure evil. It gives me chills. I can't explain it. Chills, dude? Come on. He is fucking disconnected from reality and has no clue what normal people are going through. Welcome to the real world, sweetheart. When he has never been to the real world, did he ever even have a real job and felt the fear of losing it? I am disgusted by this subhuman. I mean, he's a point though, right? You did see his point. That's a bad frame. Let's get back to... That's a better frame. Yeah, he has a point though, right? Like, she could have applied to a bunch of jobs, but instead she's looking for handouts. Maybe I'm just becoming conservative. Because this is like exactly what boomers talk about with homeless people, right? Why are you asking me for money, you fuck? Just go get a job. Make your own money like the rest of us do. Maybe there's some truth to that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's not being red-pilled but maybe I'm itching to the right a little bit. The irony of everything he said. What is ironic about what he said? It's not just Reddit this time. It's everyone was on his ass about this video. I would love to see the apology video. Can we find that?
Yesterday morning, I posted a video on this account talking about how a woman had lost her job at Spirit Airlines, and she sent me a message with a GoFundMe link asking me to donate. And the video is basically me yelling at the camera, being super upset and frustrated because this person had never followed me, never supported me before. And it was clear that she had basically copied and pasted this DM to every influencer and celebrity she possibly could, asking for a handout. And I don't care. I don't care about the apology. This is very 2020 coded when everyone was doing apology videos. Holy shit, brother. No one gives a fuck. Yeah, I think that he's based, and maybe I'm a fan. No, I don't know if I can say that because it's also possible he's like a legit pedophile. If he is, he's definitely, if he's not a full pedo, then he's like at least problematic and questionable and DMing young dudes who like you said you were 18. I'm like, brother, if they're even close, if they're even fucking close, just steer clear. What are we doing? Oh man. Like, yeah, you look like a 14-year-old, but you said you were 18. I'm like, all right. How about just fuck 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds? That's not his type. It's very Michael Jackson coded without the talent. All right, I don't claim this man at all. However, this is a hilarious video, and I totally agree with this completely. This is the price of a brand, you know? Like, his brand is so squeaky clean. It's fucking makeup and like makeup tutorials and shit. And so when he has like a funny hilarious take, you can't say it. You can't post this because it's gonna tank your already multiply tanked career. You can't post this shit. But if you build a brand on like having funny takes, then you can say shit like this constantly. Tim Dillon says the most unhinged shit I'm shocked. Or like Lemon Party, my two favorite podcasts. They be saying the wildest shit ever, and no one cares. No one bats an eye, because that's what they do, you know. So it's just James Charles that can't say this shit. But in this case, he is absolutely correct. Do you guys understand? The idea? Like, so the Knicks and the Spurs are in the NBA Finals, and I feel like I should want the Spurs to win because I'm in Texas, but I don't care about the Spurs at all. I live in Dallas, and the more I see about the Knicks, the more I kind of want them to take it. Maybe it's just that I really want to fuck Timothée Chalamet, but it's also possible that it'd be great for the city. It'd be a historic moment. And it's very funny when I hear them talk about like they're going to burn their own city to the ground because their team won. They're going to have to call the National Guard. We're going to burn this city to the ground. I'm like, what is that? What is like the rioting because your basketball team won? What is that about, I wonder? Do you guys understand that? It's fun to like celebrate, but why are you burning? Why is there fire involved? You know? Why are you crashing windows and fucking like ruining shit in your own city? Like, it would make some sense if you were like in someone in San Antonio, right? Fucking their shit up. Especially if it was a contentious, you know, painful process. But I think the vibes are pretty good between the two teams. And I really don't understand that. Like, yeah, I don't get it. But it sucks, man, that the Spurs have lost twice in a row at home. That's painful, brutal. It does seem like Spurs are that the Knicks are going to take it. Knicks in 4 is what everyone is saying. I'll be watching. I'm very much a fair weather fan of sports in general. I'd just be turning that shit on during the playoffs, brother. You know? Well, Slop's shaking a little bit of the rust off. A bit. Definitely feeling rusty still. But you know what? I'm back in the saddle, dude. We're back to doing it. We took a month off. Thank you to my guest hosts for keeping the train rolling. It means the world to me that I have friends that would step up and do that. It's very, very cool. With all that said, I hope to be better at podcasting again soon. Right now I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel a bit to get some words out. Fuck. Shouts out. I don't know if you heard that, but someone just turned on a light up there and then remembered that I'm recording and turned it off. That's what's up. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. I'm happy to be back. Truly very happy to be back. I'm excited about the prospects of the future. And follow the socials if you want a whole bunch of clips coming your way, because there's a lot of them out there. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'll see you in 7 days' time.